So here is the view. There's the house that we saw the other, well, you can't really see, it's hidden by the brush, but this is the Elm Street property. Front driveway area. And gonna walk over to this little area. This is a 200 amp panel. That's good. That is not original. That's an upgrade, I'm sure. I'm gonna start just on the exterior. We have a little shed here. Inside that shed, it's got a cinder block wall on one side. Interesting little shed, tool area, storage. Outside that shed, looking at the exterior windows. These are older windows. This is how, I forget the year this house was built, but those are original windows with wood frames. This is a mini split, Samsung. And we have a, so there was existing cinder block wall and they built a shed against it, which is cool. This is an evaporative cooler. If we haven't discussed that, it's a form of cooling that is common in desert areas of the world. And it has its pros and cons. They also have the mini split, which is also cooling. The fascia needs a scrape and painting. This wood is taking a bit of a beating. Garage door looks fine. Entrance. You have brick fence. This is the outside of the garage. There's some alarms and stuff I have to figure out here quickly. But just getting the exterior of the driveway shade area. It's nice here. So there's an enclosed area back here. I haven't gotten inside yet, so this looks like it's an add-on. And you will note this is plywood, which, depending who you talk to, is or isn't acceptable form of exterior surface, but it's recently painted and it's holding up right now. This is stepping through the gate into the back of the garage area. And there's this little pathway up to a jacuzzi. You can see the paint on the back of this garage is in need of attention. It's peeling off. This is the walkway up to a jacuzzi. Magnificent views, obviously. Jacuzzi looks a little tired, but hey. This is that backyard area. Looking the other way, coming back into the home in the garage. Looking through the window, and we'll get inside shortly. Again, original windows, which is pros and cons to that. Insulation factor is lower. The historic quality may be considered cool. Hard to say. So, got inside the front door. You have a very narrow living room here, which I'm not going to futz with all of the shades. We can assume that there's a good deal of sunlight coming through here when they're open, but there is no overhead lighting. Just so you know, you have lamps, which, you know, at nighttime will be questionable if it's sufficient amount of light. You have mini splits. There's the air handler for a mini split that delivers heat and cool. You also have a duct for a central system, so you have both here. I didn't look at all the details on the sheet. Off this main living room, you have a door which leads to a kind of little hallway and a bedroom. Let's see if we can get the light to come on. Yep. So you have one overlay. It's a very small bedroom. Windows, those older windows that look out, very nice views. The interior looks very original to me, and you know, it's fine. The floor is finished concrete. They have a stain on it. It looks pretty good. But I assume this place is original plumbing and wiring. Here is another mini split. This little cubby hole area. It's kind of nice. It's just kind of a bonus, I guess. I am not getting access to this room. This might be storage for, this is an Airbnb, pretty sure. Cubby hole. Here's this first bathroom. It's a little bit of a step up. This is an original shower. This is old school. This is probably from the year it was built. That was a design feature back then. Small. It's a little tight in here, but it's charming. Has an overhead fan. Seems to be working. Tile floor. And again, a little step down as you come out, so you gotta be careful when you come out. And then back to the living room, and the kitchen is in a straight line. Maybe this is a tile, and I'm wondering if that bathroom is used. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, so it's like more like a linoleum on the kitchen and the bathroom. They used the linoleum on the bathroom floor. I misread that. Original kitchen. So this is a very original house. The refrigerator is not original, but these cabinets are. The hardware is probably newer, but this backsplash and countertop are from a different era, as is that pink tile, which I happen to like actually, but wood paneling could very well be original, built-in cabinets here. This area is off the kitchen. Water heater is back here. You have black tile here on the floor. This obviously is an enclosed patio of some kind. And this has a vinyl replacement window. The rest of them seem to be original. There's an alarm back here, which was fun. And it's not a huge house. That's kind of it. So off that hallway, there was a door I couldn't open earlier, but I double checked and she did send me a code. It's a storage area. It's kind of a storage closet. It's not a room, a bedroom certainly, but it's kind of a walk-in closet off the hallway. Window, light switch. So there's an overhead light here. You know, not bad. Side door to the garage. There's an alarm that went off, and it had to make a phone call to stop the police from coming. Don't need that. It's a nice size garage. It's older. So this is the opener and the garage door are fine, or seem to be pretty big. This wall, it has a stucco on the interior, which is interesting. And the rest of it's open. A lot of storage, stuff here, and it's, you know, it's wired in for electricity, so that looks good so far. So I gotta go relock the door. There's alarms throughout this house, and they're a little tricky because the coding, the pad where you release the alarm is in the back of the house, so you have to kind of race from the front. There was a door here once, clearly, that has been removed. Anyway, last looks, as they say. So it's an older original home in a very dramatic location. So right across the street from the other property. And I don't know about that hotel building here or not. I have heard that it's not happening, but something to confirm. Okay, that's it. And sorry, let me grab the front yard, the fenced off area on the side of the house. We've got some very healthy looking palms over here and some vegetation. You have a retaining wall. Your neighbor is right there. You have mini splits, and it looks like a side mounted swamp cooler as well. So you have another swamp cooler. That's going into that ducting that we saw earlier. And chimney. Yes, this is a swamp cooler, evaporative cooler. You may not need it with this. Some people still like to have them, and this one seems to be not plumbed in right now. So it's probably not operational, but it could be very easily. They're relatively easy to put back together. And this is the side yard. So you've got a retaining wall, and you've got some plants and trees. It's pretty lush over here, and shaded, which is nice too.
Yeah, it's got to be